So the party enters this library, and I read the flavor text for the room that they enter, and there's just beautiful ancient tomes and spell books all over this room, and desks and tables had been strewn about in different stages of destruction and disarray. And in the center of the room, they find a ghoul. And I've been progressively stepping up the difficulty of the monsters and traps encountered. To this point was a level 5 brute, I believe. And he had fairly high hit points and damage, some cool necrotic abilities. So we roll initiative and combat begins, and I don't think anything truly horrid happened to the party. I mean, they took some damage, they dealt some damage, in a good old-fashioned RPG combat, they take this ghoul down. And then inside one of his pockets and pouches, they find the final piece of the mural. And they make their way to the mural and place it in its place. It heals and slowly begins to flake away. And as it starts to flake away, they realize there's no wall behind it. And then eventually, as it completely fades, they find themselves at the top of a very large set of spiral staircases. And as they approach, the continued theme of the torches continues, and the stairway begins to light itself, and they see it goes down quite a distance. And they decide to descend. And as they make their way down the steps, I'm making some different DC of awareness, perception, insight, along with acrobatics and athletics, because there's no guardrail on these steps. This is marble. An error here, a simple error, could be fatal. I mean, you fall. I had written literally that this staircase goes down nearly a mile, so they could seriously injure themselves or kill themselves even here. And at the bottom, once they reached it, they found some braziers filled with oil but not lit, and they could smell an acidic smell in the air. And a couple of the party members think, well, wait, we should investigate more thoroughly. And I think it was Adreda again, our good old-fashioned 11-year-old barbarian, just decides, no, he's going to light one of the braziers, which lights the entire room. And they find themselves in a large stone receiving room with, on the far wall is a giant wooden iron-banded door that's closed. And laying right in front of it is a black dragon. And in this the lore of the country of Aria, there had been dragons 250 years ago. Was when they were all wiped out at the Battle of Greymore, where the humans and the fairer races had decided that they weren't going to be slaves or subjugated to the dragon's rule anymore. Therefore, they defeated them all and drove them away. No one has seen a dragon in the country of Aria for over 200 years, so this is a big deal. So the dragon is still asleep, though, so they decide to make everyone make stealth checks, and they succeed, except for our good old-fashioned half-orc barbarian, who fails his stealth save so poorly that he just trips right into the dragon, waking it. And after some deliberation, they decide they're going to try to talk to this dragon. And in my mind, dragons are hyper-intelligent, far more intelligent than anything we could ever consider thinking of. But this one's been asleep for a long time. So I took that into account while making some role play with, I believe it was Andrus mainly, that he wanted to know who'd woken him. Why are we here? What's going on? And he said, Andrus tries to bluff the dragon, saying, "Yes, oh, great one, we are your humble servants. We are but here to awake you and release you." And I'm thinking, okay, Andrus, Jason, where are you going with this, man? You're not literally going to release a black dragon on the poor, unsuspecting city of Haven, are you? And I don't think that was his plan, but we didn't get there, and so I'm making some rolls, primarily in my head, as to what the dragon's going to decide to do. Because I kind of half suspected them to just attack it. And so eventually he's heard enough. He's not going to listen to them anymore. He gets frustrated and starts to attack. We all roll initiative. And that's why I realized that black dragons, even young ones, get a plus 11 to their initiative roll, and I rolled a 19. 30 initiative, no one in the party has the capability of matching that initiative roll. So I'm going to start off with the dragon. The dragon's got several abilities that are just nasty. He's gonna bite, he's gonna claw, he's gonna use his breath weapon. He's got this shrouding mist he can throw into the room, blinding everyone and making them more susceptible to his breath weapon, which is a caustic acid that causes continued damage unless you save. And over the course, these guys had not spent one action point, and only one daily had been expended. Now they'd rested to recover that. So this is our third encounter fourth now. So we've hit a milestone. They would have gained back any healing surges and another action point. So these guys just start blowing action points like it's going out of style. And my great big strong final boss, Black Dragon, gets just chopped nearly to bloodied in the first round. I said, well, that's fine. So if you guys want to play, let's play. So I pick up my D20s because now I've got to roll 2 of them. So due to Curse of Misfortune, and I start rolling out what they're going to do in the second, what the dragon's going to do in the second round, dealing some pretty intense damage. We make it through another turn that way, and on my next turn, I actually down the party's cleric, getting him down to I think -2 hit points, and he's down. He's failed his first saving throw versus death. And he's on his way towards the darkness and the light at the end of the tunnel. Meanwhile, the party is continuing to burn action points and daily attacks, just dealing massive swaths of damage to this dragon. And Ziria actually did spend one turn making some heals on Andrus so that he does not die. She stabilizes and brings him back up to a positive number, in fact. And he resumes play. When they make another turn, and I believe it was actually Ziria who ended up making the final blow on the dragon. And as he dies, he thrashes over backwards, toppling through this giant door, revealing to them that they've done it. They've opened the hero's vault, and not only that, but now they have a hoard of dragon's treasure at their feet. Well, at this point, good old Zankus decides that he's going to poof himself back into existence and congratulate them for their success and thank them for their wonderful donation of 1 dragon's hoard to the fine city of Haven. Now, I'm not really going to do that, guys. Of course, I'm not going to do that. No jerk DM would just make you slay a dragon and not give you some treasure, some booty. Check your character sheets next time, guys. Let's have some fun. You've got some cool new stuff. Welcome to the level 3.